Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of the series, and I highly recommend you to watch the first part also. Here we have already took a Mocha track and now we need to export the track and start doing prep inside Nuke. Export track and Nuke corner pin. Click on copy to clipboard. Save the project. Let's close and get back into Nuke. Pasting the corner pin data from Mocha here. Let's arrange this a bit. We already have a clean plate with us which is done in Silhouette. So let's copy the sticky note and name it as clean plate. I also add the frame number of clean plate to easily spot it. So this is in the 60th frame. Everything basic is done here. Let's take copy pre-melt. Make sure B pipe is connected to the clean plate. And let's take a roto. Take this corner pin and connect it into the pre-melt node. Finally take a merge node. Connect the clean plate into the input. You can see the whole prep diagram here. Try to follow this. See how A and B is connected as well. Let's do a roto around this rope here. I think this looks fine for me. Now if we view the merge node, thinking the prep is done, no, this is certainly not what we are looking for. So this is mainly because of the corner pin from Mocha. We need to set the reference frame for this corner pin node and you have a lot work to do for that. But there is a tool for that. Go to the efficiency menu right over here. This is a custom menu. Choose set corner pin. This automatically sets the reference frame and also delete the animation. A pretty useful tool. Now you can see the clean plate is set according to the input. I think our work is done. Let's do a quick playback and check. Wow, it looks cool, at least for me. And you can see the track works well here. Wait a minute, here we have some issues. We need to extend the clean plate a little further downwards, or we can do some cleanup in Nuke also. Rest everything seems perfect for me. But when we compare A or B, there are some mismatches over the edges in other frames as well. To fix this, let's take a corner pin node. Let's close the property of the other corner pin node to avoid confusion. And as usual, grab all the 4 corner points to the edges, which is kind of a tedious work, I would say. We have yet another tool for this. Take the edges corner tool. Okay, needs to connect this into the pipe and I will fix this soon. Here you can see the corners are automatically set. Very easy, right? Cool. So go to the first frame and start adjusting this in the first frame. Carefully match all the corners in all the frames. And this is the best way to improve the quality of your prep. Took a while for me to fine tune that. Let's check once more. This looks good here, but there are a lot of other issues which we are going to discuss. The major thing is the CC changes happening when the character comes closer to the wall. We need to imitate that changes in our clean plate to make this removal a little more realistic. You can see the difference here, and this can be a tedious work also. Okay, first we will remove the leftover rope downwards this input plate. We can make a clean plate in Nuke and do the same process which we did earlier. Always find the frame which has maximum source input so that work will be done quickly. Let's suppose this is that frame. Now let's continue the prep. First I will use a dot node to access the input here. You can make a clean plate in Silhouette as well, but for this small task, let's take a Roto pin node inside Nuke. Connect this into the input. I'm connecting the BG1 pipe into the input as well, so that I can reveal some source from other frames from the same input. Remember to change the source settings to BG1. Take a frame hold node. I would say this is the best way than adjusting lifetime. Here giving -5, that means 5 frames backward. Okay, let's match another frame into this frame and reveal back. You can press T in keyboard This helps us to view the onion skin mode. There are many paint tutorials for Nuke in YouTube. Kindly refer to that also. And if you still have doubts, do comment it down. I'm gonna be quiet and let you watch the rest. So here we have a clean plate ready. If you feel lazy, copy this and take a roto node. Same with the merge node also. Let's draw a spline in this roto node for the clean plate area. Copy the same track. Let's adjust this a bit. Here you can see the clean plate is not matching, and probably you might have known the reason for that. Yes, we need to set the reference frame here. As always, we have an awesome tool. No need to repeat again, I guess. Yes, that's done. And you can see that small restover is painted out with very ease. Now let's jump into the other areas. From here the prep looks very neat and tidy, but still a lot of work pending. First thing is revealing back those unwanted areas where our clean plate is extended. For that we need a roto node and probably a good track. We already have a track, so no problem. Okay, so let's do a cool trick here. We can utilize this tracking data in this corner pin for roto. So my question is, how is that? Okay, inside Roto Transform tab, you can see the matrix values, which is kind of shy and hidden, I would say. Also in corner pin, there are matrix values. Let's go to the efficiency menu and select the corner pin matrix tool. Click OK if the range is correct. This can be easily downloaded from Nukepedia. Now we have a corner pin node with matrix values here. Inside Roto node, select the root layer and copy the matrix animated values from corner pin to this Roto tab. That's it. Now delete the corner pin node. I'm gonna draw a roto closely to this rope. Definitely it could take some time, but I'm sure it will help you. Perfect. Let's do some arrangements with copy pre-melt again. Merge it with the input. Okay, so if we view in the merge node, we can't see any changes in rope, and you can see it's working till this roto. This is because of our revealing roto. Let's take a shuffle node and check the alpha. Okay, it's not matching. Okay, so it's not matching. I think we are missing the project settings. Cool, that's a mistake. Never work like this, guys. Set the project before you start working. Now you can see the alpha is specifically covering the rope area. That's the issue. Solving this is very easy. Take blur, erode and invert. This set of trio nodes are the way to glory, I would say. Yes, it worked. Oops, but now we have more issues. There are a lot of CC problems now. And solving this kind of problems are the real fun. Initially we can fake some blur in these edges. To smooth those weird sharp edges. Now it's little better. Let's erode or dilate a bit. Yes, 5 works here. You can see issues are still there, and there are some mismatches here as well. This is probably because of the clean plate. The lesson you can learn here is clean plate is the main thing. So if you spend some time on making that perfectly, then your prep will be much easier. Let's try some fixes by adjusting the corners. Slightly better now. I would say fix the clean plate, man. So please spend some time on clean plate to make it perfect. Use as much as source as possible. Okay, let's try to address some of the lighting issues, which is kind of a tricky thing, but let's face it. It seems okay when we are nearby to the clean plate frame, that is the last frame. Take a grade note and let's do some tricks here. Drawing a spline around here, and let's feather it also. Gain down a bit, but you can see the whole plate is getting affected. So this is not the right way for grading. Let's delete this spline. Now we can do some CC specifically in this area. Always play and check how we can fine tune this better. Yes, now I got a good plan or understanding how the CC is changing there. The best way to do this is blending more clean plates, and many of you were asking me for tutorials on blending clean plates for prep. So here we go. Back in silhouette, in the first frame, let's do a clean plate revealing source from the nearby frames. Sit back and study the process. As I told, creating clean plate is the most important part. So make sure to make it perfect. Cool, this looks perfect for me now, and let's render this frame and take this to Nuke. Arranging this a bit. Following the depth of the clean plate is an important step, so don't forget that. I'm copying the entire node set and pasting it here. Merge it with the input. So instead of 60th frame, load the first frame. Renaming that as the first frame. Delete this unwanted grade node and the spline as well. Let's draw a new spline for covering the new clean plate. I need to set the frame for the corner pin for the first frame, and as I told, we have a tool to do this and we already seen that, but there is also a shortcut assigned to that. And this time let's press F2 in keyboard. Oops, select the corner pin node, F2. You can see this is set now. Okay, the CC is matched now. Let's use some feather to make this sharp line little smoother. As you can see, we need to blend this clean plate when the lighting changes. I'm going to reduce my spline opacity to 0. Let's find out the exact frame range. So set a keyframe for opacity here as 1. And over here, let's set the opacity to 0. You can see it blends perfectly now. This technique really works here. Okay, there is something weird. Let's adjust the spline a bit and feather it up slightly. Let's do a quick playback and check. Cool, you can see the difference here. Now it's blended perfectly with that lighting. Here you can see the difference by adding a new clean plate over the original one. And this is just to blend the lighting changes. Make sure we are not overdoing this and completely changing the original input source. Okay, sometimes I use blend node instead of animating opacity in Roto splines. It has its own benefits. For this work, I followed the opacity method. Now we need to follow the same techniques in other problematic areas. There are some areas here which needs to be blended. Spend some time analyzing the range for the changes and how much plates needed to blend there. I'm gonna try grading a bit, draw a spline as mask and adjust. Let's do some test. So here it is not showing a satisfying result for me. Going back to silhouette. Okay, back in silhouette. Let's do a quick clean plate here. As always, sit back and watch the process and techniques which I follows here. You can do this in Nuke as well. I have the handy silhouette option, that's why I did it here. Render it and get back to Nuke. It's the same first frame, so let's use the same plate. Drawing a new spline here. Slightly feather it up in edges. Okay, we have some mismatches in this range, and the reason is that shadow of her leg is moving there. We should use some mix-up techniques here. Let's animate the spline opacity. To your attention, blend node also can be used here. I think this is the best frame to make it 0. So if we do a playback, you can see the issues are still there, and that it is majorly because of her leg movement. I'm gonna try some grading here as the shadow is animating. Let's draw spline and animate accordingly. Yes, that was so easy. Now let's match the grade. You can see the difference in the clean plate and source here. And when I'm trying to match, it's not that impressive, I would say. Adjust the gamma a bit. Let's do some keyframing for gamma. Okay, here compare the input and output. Though the last range matched perfectly, there are mismatches in the initial range. I think I can adjust the reveal spline a bit here. So for that, select the roto shape and try adjusting in the initial ranges. Okay, I have adjusted this spline throughout as I was covering unwanted areas the whole range. Wow, now our output looks awesome. Except that small CC issues down here. Let's do some grading exactly for that specific area. Take a roto spline and mask it to the grade node. Blur it a bit. Adjust the spline a bit more. It needs to match the exact shape of this CC change. This looks fine for me now. Yes, a gain value of 0.5 will work, I guess. Yes, it worked. Okay, no problem. Let's make it 0.2. Wow, this is even better. Let's make some fine adjustment further. You can see we have almost matched the original source with all these techniques, and I think you have learned some cool ways to finish a removal task. Let's put a crop node down to the final node to cut off those unwanted bounding box issues. I have assigned a shortcut for crop node, so that was pretty easy. Let's do a playback and check the result. Okay, just revising here. We have used Mocha track and we have done clean plate in Silhouette, We have prepped those inside Nuke and saw some excellent custom Python tools which can make your life very easy. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to prep those ropes which are hanging around her waist. That can be a little more complicated, and we will use some of the best tools inside Mocha and Silhouette and follow some simple and awesome methods in Nuke. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and if it was, please do like the video and share it with your colleagues. Subscribe to channel for more such amazing tutorials. Till next time, it's Madlookz signing off. Bye bye.